Hey, so I'm doing my journal entry 1, or journal entry week 1. So for share your unit topic and grade level you're working on for your final artifact. My unit topic is family and me, where we will go over the levels of family and support and what makes up different families, and also we will learn how they fit into that family and how they can control their emotions and their world to their extent, because I'm working with for pre-K and kindergarten fall first semester kind of thing. So that's something that they still haven't grasped. I mean, not all adults have even grasped that yet, but to understand how to deal and to control your emotions and meltdowns and stuff, that's really important, and it also helps the cohesion of families. I have my concept map attached here. I have a link to that. And it's just the basic skeleton of what I have right now, and as I get new activities and the standards that are going to go along with that and the assessments, I'll add those as they go. And discuss ways that you can use paraprofessionals to aid in special ed classroom comments. I currently have about 34 students on roster in 3 different rooms. I have 3 hab techs per room, and hab techs are the same as paraprofessionals. We just have a different name for it. So I have 9 paraprofessionals total. I couldn't survive without them. They help come up with some ideas, let me know if there's a need for a child that needs to be addressed. 2 of my paraprofessionals are one-on-ones. One is for a behavior case, and one is for a child with cerebral palsy, so he can't eat by himself, he can't use his arms or legs without help, and he can't communicate without an assistive device with hand-over-hand assistance right now. So if I didn't have my paraprofessionals, there's no way I could do all that I do. And they help too, because like with a child with cerebral palsy, they can tell right away if he's going to have a rough day, if there's something going on with his health, because they're with him 24/7, pretty much. I mean, all the time they're here, they're with them. And with the kids with behavior issues, I mean, they're able to know how exactly it's going to be easier to handle him, and if he needs to go to the sensory room, a staff member can take him. That will be his one-on-one, which is more handy. That way at that time can go focus for me on actually teaching the children instead of having to deal with every meltdown, because we can have 2 or 3 at a time. So by having paraprofessionals, that is very helpful. And discuss parents' rights in special education and how can you keep parents a part of that. The parents should be fully involved in that, and the best way that we do it, we have daily notes that we send home that they can help the parents stay involved and know what their child did that day and the therapies they had, and most of ours are on potty training schedules or are still in diapers because they are delayed. And so we'll let them know how that's going so they can correlate at home. And if they're eating, we have a lot of sensory issues, so that's a big deal. We also send out monthly newsletters that offer opportunities for them to get involved with things, since we have parent picnics, water days, and stuff like that. Most parents attend meetings every 3 months. It's quarterly. On top of this, where we discuss any issues and review their data and their progress. I also make calls and face-to-face meetings as needed, or as often as parents wish. Some parents really don't like me calling. Other parents love for me to call. So I try to base it off that and their work schedules, because some of them are teachers too, or some of them work factory jobs, and it's just not feasible for them. Let me see. Most of the parents and children in our center are low income, and they don't have access to the internet or websites that can help them support. I do offer, I talk about a lot of Facebook groups, because most parents have Facebook, at least. And so there's a lot of support groups for cerebral palsy and certain issues, brain damage, and I always suggest them join those groups, because I'm a member of a lot of them myself. And one of the things I like to do is there's this thing called a Hope Notebook, and most of our families with complex medical needs children, they have a ton of paperwork, and they stick it in desks, and they stick it anywhere, and they can never keep up with it, myself included. And the Hope Notebook helps because it's a pre-developed little set notebook. Just is the regular 3-piece binder notebook, and so they can put all that information in there. It has evaluation sections, medical history, shot records, so forth like that, and I love to keep that. I have it for my own daughter, and so I have the link to the email for that on here, and it's very helpful. And most of my parents, again, don't have the internet access to email these people for this free notebook that's already put together. So if they show an interest or concern for one of those, I always email them for them, and I'll get it sent to me here, and then I'll give it to them. And sometimes I'll copy out their evals and stuff and put it in their form. That way they have a start to it. And that's about it. Thanks.